Welcome to Unlocking Las Vegas with your favorite redhead realtor, Erin Pierson-Mills. We're going to be covering the greater areas of Las Vegas all the way to Pahrump and Mesquite, talking about trends, events, sports, and more. I'm super excited to welcome all of our guests this year and have a great time, which is everything Unlocking Las Vegas. Hey you guys, welcome back to another Unlocking Las Vegas podcast with your favorite redhead realtor, Erin Pierson-Mills. And what do I say? My name is Erin, not Aaron. If you understand that, you can be my friend. I have a very special guest today. Go ahead and introduce yourself and tell everybody how we met. It's kind of fun.
Hey everybody, Stan, West Coast Mortgage Group. Winners follow Stan Loans Vegas. And
see, I love that. Let me just stop you and just say he is one of my favorite students, okay, with the Social Collective. So I watch what he does on all of his social medias, and your taglines are so hilarious. But how can they find you? I end with this, but let's start with this. How do they find you on Insta so they can see how rad you are?
So Instagram, TikTok, Stan Loans Vegas. If you're on Facebook, Stan Loans Vegas, everything's branded Stan Loans Vegas. If I'm there, Stan Loans Vegas.
It's so awesome. Okay, so I don't know, how long have we been talking?
It's been 3 years. Yeah. And I just met you using the old cell phone, calling up the regular loan officer thing, begging for business.
I know, it was cute. And I don't know, I didn't see a picture of his darling face. Like, I didn't know him from Sam. I was in a really good mood. He's like, hey, how can I win your business? And I just went sideways on social media, I think. I was just like, hey, what did I even say?
You invited me to one of your social media classes. I think I was there that first week at...
and I was like, let me make you awesome.
At a real estate office. Yeah, and thank you. Your classes are incredible. If you're not going, you're missing out, I promise.
Or you can sign up for the Social Collective anytime. It's $25 for your first month, erinpearsonmills.com. Okay, that was my commercial for this. But I'm here in your new office, hence... if you're watching this like on YouTube, there is nothing behind us, which is totally fine. Smells amazing because it's a brand new office, but let's just show them your branding and all the fun things.
So here we are at West Coast Mortgage Group. I do want to plug the Board Wolf, my boss, and also a talented loan officer, Jennifer K. Wolf.
Now, what do you mean the board? So this is a charcuterie board.
Yes.
This is a cutting board.
And Jen made this. So as...
it's like her hobby? Like, what do you mean you just make a board?
So in addition to also being a badass loan officer, she has a business where she makes signing gifts or whatever with a machine that she can explain way better than I do.
That's awesome. Yeah. So if you're just listening to this on a podcast, so it's a really beautiful cutting board that's branded with the mortgage group. And so this is a really fun and awesome gift for anybody that sells anything. Like if you've got a client that you want to gift them, I love cutting boards. I love charcuterie boards. Like I've got them with skeletons burned in them right now for like the month of October. Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, I picked that one up at Ross.
Oh, okay.
But I'm assuming that, if you work with you, like she can make this for you for the close.
Yeah, Jen,
clients.
Something with skeletons for this plug.
Isn't that good?
Yeah.
I know. Just add a skeleton. I'm all about it, or like a pumpkin or whatever. But yeah, so I'm happy to have you on here because I enjoy your social media so much. You were like a little shy at first, and then all of a sudden I'm on Instagram and I'm like, oh, what is happening? Like you went from like 0 to 100 like in a week. Like you like figured it out.
So my job can be very boring. And
I just told you.
Yep, it is. It is the most. It's fun until it isn't, right? Or it's boring until it isn't.
It's the nuts and bolts of buying a house. Like I'm the front of the house, you're the back of the house. Like when we're partners, do you know what I'm saying? Like I get to do technically the fun things. I get to do the negotiations, the showings, the this, the that. Do I clean toilets? Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Do I pull weeds? Yes, I do. But when I get somebody and I hand them to you, I don't need to know. I need to know the skeleton,
right.
And you get to add the muscles and the heart and the fat and the skin and all the things to make it work. Like that's why I think realtors and lenders are really good partners because we each do our job exceedingly well and lean on each other. So, but back to that fact, I have a lot of lenders that come to my classes and that ask me for opinions. And listen, I was like, okay, I'm just going to tell you something. as a realtor. And before I was a realtor, like a client, like going into a refinance or a buy, I needed it to be broken down as simple as possible. Do not, and I tell my loan officers and everybody in my arena, do not use acronyms. I hate when people use acronyms because I feel like a cad. Like when I have to ask my teenage son, like, what's if you know, and K. I'm all, what does this mean?
So on the subject of acronyms, because you've taught me so much, maybe I'll give you something of value. Do you use text shortcuts on your phone?
No.
So
wait, how old are you?
38.
Okay, so I'm almost 10 years older than you. Okay. So it's really funny. Like, I'm so good technically with like social media and certain things, but when it comes to like certain things, I'm all, no, I just do it old school. I can text to voice to text.
Oh, that's incredible too. So if you're just used to saying debt to income, well, you wouldn't say debt to income to most of your buyers, but EMD, earnest money deposit. If you're just used to,
say that.
Good job.
Because it makes them feel like idiots, like they should know what I'm talking about. And I'm all, listen, EMD is what we call it. That means earnest money deposit. And let me just tell you, like, we're a title state. We're not a lawyer state. Like, that's why I lean on my YouTube to break down anytime I get a question from you guys as social media clients or regular real estate clients. I pop it on and I make a video to explain what that means.
That's brilliant. And that's one thing that I learned from your class too, is that every acronym is a learning opportunity. So earnest money deposit, I explained.
Every acronym can be a video. Ooh,
yeah, absolutely. The older stuff with the jacked up hair, I need to go through that and shoot new videos.
No.
Yeah. No, because I did a mortgage term Monday, and
you
that
didn't
was
like your hair.
Oh no! I mean, I look like 1970s.
I'm gonna go find it now.
Oh, they're still there. They tell you not to delete your stuff on Instagram and TikTok. So the embarrassing stuff, yeah. So the embarrassing stuff is still there, but it could, and it's still relevant. But it could be
as long as it's still relevant.
Yeah, but it could be, regurgitated into a little more.
Well, listen, kids, if you go down and down the rabbit hole of all my socials, you'll start to see me without eyelashes that I manufacture and glue on my face, without eyebrows. Okay, it's really, really sad. Maybe with the purple eyeliner. I thought that was hot. We grow. I think I'm more attractive now than I was like at 18 years old.
I mean, if you were single, you'd have a chance.
I think so.
Yeah.
Even I'd cradle rob you, man. That's bad.
10 years is not that long when you're 38.
Oh, you're so young. Yeah. I like it.
You're sweet. So I am all thumbs on, and I think that just makes me a bad millennial because I don't use the speech to text. But if you are like me and you're texting all the time, use text shortcuts. So I literally, anything that's an acronym, I make a shortcut for the acronym. I type out the acronym and my phone spells it out for me.
Okay, the only one that does automatically is I'm like OMW and it's like on my way. And I'm like, oh, I appreciate that.
Yeah, you can change all of that in your. I have like entire like my email signature is like MSIG, M for mortgage.
Oh, see, you are very technical. That's why you're a lender.
Probably.
Okay. Yeah, we just our brains work very differently.
Yeah, you are kind of like firing on all cylinders, just the way a mortgage works, like so many moving parts, like, and then it's fun because you have an idea of what is going to be best for your buyers. They're going to have questions that mom and dad said, hey, ask about this, ask about that. And you have to, it's like leading a horse to water. You have to explain to them why the path that you have in mind for them is the most ideal one for them. Mm-hmm. It's really a lot of tiptoeing.
Well, and why, if you're bringing in the parents or the grandparents, like why their thought process isn't up to date now, because that thought process when I was growing up, I will never have a house because you have to save up 20%.
Right. Yep.
So
3.5 FHA. If your parents are telling you 20% to put it,
or if you're a veteran,
yes, 100% financing, no money down.
Wasn't it used to be like $1 down? Wasn't that like it was like a cute little saying?
Yeah, there was $1 down.
But they don't even want that dollar, which I kind of like.
I kind of like that too, and you can even have seller paid closing costs, or the interest rate can move it around.
all the things. And I really respect, like, when I have some buyers and I throw them at a loan officer and they're like, you know what, Erin, like, can you get, like, don't go, because I want them to be fully loaned up and all the questions asked and answered before we go shopping. I don't like that. Okay. Because I know that
so I'm sorry, you do them pre-approved, or you don't like them?
No, I want them pre-approved and the most questions asked possible. Because if you're like, Erin, can you give me 2 weeks or maybe 3 weeks before you start shopping? Brilliant. Let me get them to pay down a couple credit cards. I can boost their credit score up whatever XYZ points, and it's going to give them so much better of a mortgage rate. Do you know how much more they're going to love me? So I like the people in the business that don't have the commission breath, that don't need the fastest freaking close on the planet to line their pockets. Yeah. Let's do the best, because if we're going to make our clients so happy with better credit, which means a better interest rate, which means a better mortgage payment, the more information you give to me on my side, that's a walk in the park, like dad and mom holding their hands and swinging them through the park. Like, we want to make them safe.
I could not agree with you more. So, and I think, like we were discussing earlier, the smart buyers are starting with their loan officers first. Mm-hmm. And then, because they'll come to you, and what are you going to do? You're going to say, hey, let's get you pre-approved. And they're going to talk to me anyway. But the smart buyers are going to their loan officers first. Then they're finding the realtor and searching for the home. But I'll tell you, it's about to change. In the next couple of years, I think your smart buyers are going to start even with financial planners.
Yeah. Well, listen, we don't get educated in high school.
That's it.
And you know what? Now we actually have education on our phones. Okay, don't take all the education like directly from TikTok. Like, let's be clear. But you can get a good, circus of people like around what your thought process is, and find some pretty good brackets of knowledge now to be like, you know what, I should be thinking this way. So just way back when, way back when. I'm acting like I'm like 85 years old. I just think my kids, let me just tell you, I'm mentally exhausted this week. Like, it's homecoming week. So I have one kid left in the house, and he is a sophomore in high school. He's a very popular varsity football player. Okay, well, captain of the sophomore, he plays on varsity too, and he has now joined student council. I'm an active mom, so I'm a booster club mom. Nah, I do. I'm very strict with my schedule. We'll talk about that in a minute. But I want to be involved in, like, I taught my kids, take this with a grain of salt, I'm going to teach you how to be the biggest brown noser from when you were in kindergarten, giving the bus driver treats and flowers. Like, because I was born and raised in Las Vegas, and it's all about who you know, not what you know, and the juice, and, I know a guy who knows a guy. This is how we were raised.
Oh my goodness, Las Vegas is the best town for networking. Everybody you can think of is accessible in Las Vegas.
Well, listen, don't piss anybody off either. That's why I want to like everybody like me. So the point is that through my kids, because I've got a 24-year-old and I've got a 16-year-old, I was always volunteering, and I'm always like up their butt in the office, bringing them stuff too. Like, that's my outside love language, because if something's going down, and I walk in, they're like, oh, Miss Mills, what can we do to help you and your child? Like, they will put them above the other ones. They know I'm decent. So not like my kids are ruffians, but my point is that my son wants to be well-liked and well-popular. And so he's just throwing it out. Oh, my mom can. Oh, my grandparents can. Oh, we got a trailer. We can build the floats. I'm all, Rocco, you have got to learn to ask. What I can do for you before you say it. But I appreciate it. I'm super excited, but bet we got to be building floats tomorrow and driving them around the field. Like, do you remember homecoming?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Ancient history for some. I just had my 20-year reunion, if you would believe it.
I'm on 30, but that's next year. And I'm the girl you call, because they're like, Erin, where can we host our reunion? Like, what venue of your families can we? And I was like, I got you. But anyway, that is my week. But I definitely think that people like us, like very, high volume, helping a lot of clients, like, we've got to be good at time management. You asked me about my sleep schedule. Do you have a good sleep schedule? Now I'm acting like a mom.
So I wake up at 4, whether I get enough sleep or not. And I learned that from her. She told me to be in the 5 a.m. club. I'm in the 4 a.m. club because I want to get my workout in.
Yeah.
But
I'm in the 4 a.m. club.
Yeah. So
It's guaranteed.
Oh, you're in the 4 a.m. club now.
Yeah, I'm like 3:45.
3:45.
It's
I
really
need to
sick.
get on that level.
It's sick.
Because
But I'm very strict. Like we are in bed at 9 p.m. Like 9 p.m. So again, with the footballs, throw me for a loop. Sometimes we'll get home at like 10, 11:30, and I want to die because I built my body up to the point where it like expects all of this stuff. So
oh yeah.
we just talked about.
I wake up at 4 o'clock on Saturdays. Like there's no alarm anymore. That's when I get out of bed. Like, yeah.
We're the worst people on a cruise ship because we're freaking up at 4 a.m. We're in the gym. We're like on our 9th breakfast by the time my family comes out the door at 10 a.m. I'm all, well, we've done it.
Yeah, I'm ready for a nap by noon.
Disco nap.
That's not gonna lie.
So anyway, are you excited about the election? Like, are you seeing more refinances or more purchasing right now?
So I'm seeing a lot of hurry up and wait. And I'm not going to lie, interest rates are not going to change as a result of the election. I'm
really, really freaking pissed off at the news. I'm always pissed off at the news because they're like, oh, the Feds met, right? They just met 17th, right?
17th.
Right? Okay.
Yep.
Oh, but they're going to meet in November. Oh, but they're going to meet in December. So I feel
Guys,
like
it happens every year, 8 times a year, and it's usually not news.
I know.
Usually not on the news. It doesn't need to be.
They are building this incorrectly. This is the weirdest election year I've ever had. Normally election years are like bomb.com. Yeah. This one is so volatile and crazy and all over the place. And I feel like I'm not sure.
People are still buying.
What? Yeah, no, 100%. And the buyers that are working with me are super, super intelligent because, I'm sorry, weren't we at 8%? I'm sorry, weren't we at 8%?
Right.
And now what's the blanket? Now I love when the news gives you the blanket interest rate. They're like, it's at 6.11 today. Listen.
The bench rate doesn't matter.
No.
You can't get the bench rate from your bank, from your mortgage company. Any credit card they're never going to give you the bench rate. It doesn't matter. It doesn't exist. It's all imaginary.
Don't listen to the news. Yeah. And people are like, what? Every person, even my dad, every day, and he was a realtor. He was a flipper. He's like, what's the interest rate today? And I go, Dad, dude, listen.
Right.
Why don't you give me your credit score? And then why don't you I was like, you need to talk to a verified loan officer to see what you qualify for. Do never ask me that question. You got to die.
Right. I'll give you a range, and it's going to be a wide range because
freaking conventional FHA or UVA, like what's your credit score? Yep. Like what up there?
And those are just the bread and butter ones. Like what if you need a non-QM loan? Like
don't acronym me.
Non-qualified mortgage. If you don't fit in Fannie Freddie's box, I can't quote Fannie Freddie's rates.
Right?
Yeah.
And that is if you could, what did you tell me before we started?
Non-ratio. That was if you have assets and Fannie and Freddie said no, but you've got a solid credit score, you can buy the house outright. Who says no to that type of buyer? Fannie and Freddie.
So let me say this. So is that type of person like rich on paper?
Yes.
Rich on paper.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I hope that translates to you guys. I did have a client who actually made quite a bit of money, but he was so heavy in stocks that I didn't even use a traditional lender. Like I literally used his stockbroker to like get the loan through because he was so heavy on stocks. And I had a lot of lenders look at it and they're like, oh yeah, we're just going to use this as collateral. And I was like, boom, that's my first one that you're so rich on paper. Like, wow.
Yes. Yeah. Like you can absolutely get a mortgage product with your wallet.
Mm-hmm.
Fannie and Freddie are not there yet. What their intentions are, qualified mortgages. They want to qualify you on your stable monthly income, and assets are not stable monthly income.
And what about, do retired people fit into that bracket?
Yes.
Retired people, because
maybe you don't want to do a strategic withdrawal and pay the IRS a bunch of money to be drawing. Exactly.
Yeah. All right. I like it. So let's see, how can we end? What do you look forward to in the holiday season? So you're a single guy on the town. Like, what's your favorite holiday moving forward? Is it Halloween, Thanksgiving, or Christmas?
Oh, it's Halloween, hands down.
Okay.
Yeah, bring on the fishnets, the bats,
the fishnets. Do you wear them, or you want to see the ladies?
I'd like to see them.
Okay.
In the right setting, maybe, but
fishnets, man. Oh yeah, me and my son, we're DEF CON Halloween babies, and so we're all about, like, we already have full on Halloween in my house. full on. Like I'm about ready to pop on my freaking, it's so hot here. Still in the hundos for like another week or so.
107 this morning.
I just want to wear my sweater with my skulls on it. But because, okay, I hate Thanksgiving so much. I just have to tell you.
That surprises me. Actually.
Really?
You seem like the person that has like the whole spread.
Oh,
like,
I will, but I'm mad at it.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense too. Like,
okay, look. I don't like football. Not a big parade
person. Tell your son that.
Oh, I'm learning football. But like watching it on TV when my son is not a player is not my vibe. Like ever on the planet. Can't pay me.
Totally.
But and here's the thing, it's like so like 1950s, like, wait, why you have a whole meal at noon? Why is dinner at noon? Why are we getting up so early? Which we do get up early. But why do you have to start cooking that early? Like, no, we're gonna have a legit, I tell my kids, I go, it is a marathon. It is not a sprint. We don't starve all day to kill ourselves at lunch, to sleep and then eat the leftovers no. I was like, we're going to have a qualified breakfast, which I make like beautiful things. And I go, you can have a light lunch and we're going to have dinner at 5.
Is it out open on Thanksgiving? Because I could just do that. Not going to lie.
What?
I mean, I love turkey, but I don't require it.
Oh, no. Yeah. I, last year I was super, super close to booking Texas Day Brazil. I was like, screw it. Because
that sounds awesome.
My husband, like, he is a great home inspector, but his quote unquote real job. So he is transportation manager at a casino, and he cannot take Thanksgiving off. He'd rather take Christmas off. So I've never had this husband figure with my bratty effing children all day. And so it was just a battle. You couldn't go anywhere. Now you can legit shop Black Friday on Thanksgiving, but you couldn't before. You just could. Where am I going to take them? Albertsons? Right? I even think Walmart was closed when they were little buttholes, right? Now they're cool. Now we love each other. But it's just not my jam. And it seems like a man's holiday to me. Like they get to like, sleep and nap and go play football with the neighbors and then sleep and nap and then come eat and then go sleep and nap. I just know. I hate it.
That's fair.
I hate it.
I wrestled in high school. And so the biggest meet of the year was the day after Thanksgiving, or the first meet of the year was the day after Thanksgiving. So, and if you've ever been in wrestling,
you can't weigh.
You can't weigh, which means you don't eat Thanksgiving Day. So, for a few years in high school, it was just, have
a salad.
Oh my God, it broke my mom's heart.
Go eat in the shed.
Exactly.
Yeah. And we're going to wrap you up in freaking, my husband was a wrestler. We're going to wrap you up in cellophane and take you down the block. Run it, kid.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Mm-hmm. So in Christmas, I don't love gifts. I don't, nobody needs anything, especially if my kids being this age.
I think that's fair. Don't get me anything and I won't get anything for you. It's perfect for Christmas. For me.
Let's all just go to Hawaii, like Mele Kalikimaka, man. So like,
you're going to get me anything.
Plane ticket.
Plane ticket. Yeah.
I'll get a 3-bedroom condo. You can come with us.
That sounds stellar.
Yeah. So I'm in a travel club now with my new brokerage. And so like I legit get resort weeks for like $200.
That's incredible. I don't think casino employees get that.
No.
Wow.
Oh, he's at the bottom of the barrel. No, none of that.
Oh, so okay, gotcha. Yeah.
So I'm talking like anywhere, like if you want to go to Bali or if you want to go to Tennessee or if you want to go to Hawaii, like I get resort weeks for like nothing.
Eat your heart out timeshares.
So anyway, I just wanted to end that on my little holiday talk. I hope I don't get a lot of hate for absolutely hating Thanksgiving. Like I don't need to see my family. I worked with them for 22 years. Like I wanted a day off from the extended family, And like my husband's family in Utah, I love you if you're listening. Like you are all my favorite. But oh no, the women get up so early and cook, and you don't see the men. The kids were up our skirts. We need to go to just Texas Day Brazil. I'll eat there at noon. I'll do that and I'll be done for the day.
Yeah, that sounds lovely.
We're on our like workout, like weight loss journeys, both of us. So I feel like one good meal a day.
By the way.
You look great, by the way. What are you down?
Great. I'm down 60 pounds since January. I got another 60 to go, but it'll be a harder 60 than the first. But
I think this morning I was down 18 pounds, which is pretty gosh dang good.
You didn't have a whole ass person to lose, so.
No, but still, I mean, that's a pretty good chunk, makes you just feel really, really good. So thank you for coming on today. And one more time, how are we finding you on all your social media platforms? People get confused when I'm like, what's your handle? Do people not know what that is?
Oh, yeah, I know.
What's your name on social media?
So again, Stan Loans Vegas. Winners follow Stan Loans Vegas on Instagram and TikTok. You can also find me on LinkedIn and Facebook.
Okay, I love it. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening. Bye, guys.